All right, guys, thanks again for joining us. This is game number 4 here of IPL Season 2 Qualifier, round of 16. Think I have all of those straight. This is Cat's Pajamas.
This is Pain User.
And we are back again here between a matchup with our Pink Protoss player down at the bottom left-hand corner of Shakura's Plateau. He is Flashback. His opponent in the top right-hand corner, currently up 2-1 in this set, is Forever, who had an interesting one-base all-in strategy on game number 1.
You gotta count the floating base.
The scouting command center.
You can't forget about the second base. That was an integral part of that all-in. I'm not sure what purpose that extra command center really served right there, but
Yo, Doug, I heard you like bases.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess everybody has a different take on it. Is this version only cross? Yes, it more than likely is.
And Flashback doesn't have a clue. Says don't think so, or maybe. So that's awesome. Okay, so Forever then is probably going to scout wrong position first, but that's okay. Neither player does know, but whatever. We do know that we are cross positions on Shakura's Plateau, though. So yeah, so probably in store for some sort of a macro match. Well, these players do play pretty passively until Forever decides to all-in ridiculous unit composition. You think we're going to see something equally ridiculous out of Forever?
I mean, I have no idea. Like, I'm trying to get inside Forever's head, and imagine what he's thinking right now and how he plays. And judging from what I've seen in the last 3 games, I haven't a single clue what he's gonna do.
I am thinking the same thing.
Nothing. Like, I have no idea. But I think you're right. We're on cross position. Shakura's. It's definitely gonna yield to the styles that they both previously showcased in the first 2 matches, and I think they're both going to play it safe. Although he does already have his gas, and he's not choosing to 1-Rax FE, and I feel like this is a phenomenal map for a 1-Rax FE. And if he drops another factory like he did last game, we're going to be in store for something unique, and he is going to get that tech lab. So I'm going to go ahead and venture that he's going to get a Reaper and do some type of Reaper scout. Oh, a little bit of miss micro on the Marine right there. Miss one. Oh, had another opportunity to kill that probe with the SCV, but that probe is counting his blessings, and his shields will soon be regenerated to full because that's how probes roll. And he might dart back in and get some extra scouting information. I don't know why he's sending that probe all the way back just yet. He should at least... Okay, he's at least going to hold on to one of those Xel'Naga towers. Keep that in mind, guys. You want to stay active with your probe as much as possible. You never want to give up scouting information until you absolutely have to, until he's forcing you out. And it looks like Forever is actually going with a Marauder first with concussive shells right off the bat, so he is going to skip that Reaper. I don't know that I agree with this. He has absolutely no idea what Flashback is up to.
Yeah, and Reapers are so successful on this map as well. It's incredibly easy to get your way back to the back of the, especially as this is the old version of Shakura's Plateau. So you still have those destructible rocks. You still have the little cliff line right there. So easy to get that Reaper and get quick, easy scouting information. Looks like Flashback this time around going to go right after gateways number 2 and 3. I almost feel like just the way he's playing, maybe the emotions he's feeling right now, that he's going to opt for a little bit more aggressive strategy. I mean, maybe he's under the opinion that he has to get something done right now, because after seeing the first 3 games, he has no idea what's going to come at him. So looks like one Stalker making its way across the map there, going to make its way back, immediately ran into a group of Marauders. Not really going to do it justice. I guess he does pick up on the fact that there is the next command center coming down, but of course, as Pro before saw the tech lab going right down on the first barrack, so he had to expect that some sort of an expand was coming out anyway.
Yeah, and we do have Stim and a second Rax on the way for our Terran player, and this is looking quite reminiscent of his build in game 1 on Xel'Naga, when he did the 2 Rax expand with Marauders directly into tech. He got that early engineering bay, started getting the +1. He is getting that bunker. I believe he got 3, maybe 4, I think 3 bunkers on Xel'Naga for certain. So it's a very defensive style, got those early upgrades, and he is adding a 3rd Rax right now. And behind... Okay, no. He's not getting that early NG bay this game. He is getting a reactor on his 2nd Rax, and there is the early engineering base. So this is the build that he was using in the first game, and I actually really liked that build, other than the fact that I think it was very vulnerable to any kind of early game pressure.
Well, and he himself didn't put much pressure on in the first game either, so I'd like to see a little bit more of that, especially with the hidden pathways that you can get around the Xel'Naga towers with a bunch of dropships and things like that. So I definitely would like to see him play a little more aggressively, but I do agree with you. I think that's a solid build. I think his play, I think that last game was, I don't want to necessarily say a fluke, but it was just something completely off the cuff. He detected weakness. He was like, why not? Let's just send all of our units at our opponent right now. I don't think that was prepared in any way, shape, or form. So I do expect a little more traditional play here.
Yeah, and well, a lot of that had to do with the fact that he did get those Hellions in, scouted the Dark Shrine, and was able to just almost completely neutralize those DTs. And keep in mind, Flashback also invested in the Robo and a Warp Prism all before expanding, so his tech was all over the place. I mean, there was so much invested in that, and it really needed to pay off for him. But we do have gateways 4, 5, and 6 going down right now. We are going to have a 6 gate out of Flashback here, and this is a great build if executed properly, and we only have 1 bunker. And he's still working off 3 racks, I believe. Is he still?
Yes, he has a factory coming up right now.
Yeah, so it's going to be very difficult to hold off a 6 gate, especially just with 1 bunker working off 3 racks. Really, the only problem with Forever's build is that your bio ball is just not as powerful as normally it would be. But it looks like he might actually scout this pylon. We do have an SCV going into the potential 4th for our Terran player, and I don't think he's looking to expand right now. I think he's scouting, and if he finds that pylon, that is going to be so critical to holding off this 6 gate if he can manage to take that out. But sadly, I think that SCV is smoking a cigarette. That is what they do.
Oh, SCVs. Crazy fellers. But anyway, Flashback's going to make his way in here in just a second. He's got a few Zealots. Not too many Zealots to buffer damage. Mostly going to rely on good force field control and prevent a lot of the repair on the bunker. I think he's expecting more than 1 bunker, though, so he's going to make his way up. Here come the Zealots that are running forward. Well, this is really bad positioning at the moment. He does have a couple of Guardian Shields going down. The sentries are making their way up at this time, but he is not able to break that bunker whatsoever. Very interesting positioning there. Did not get those Stalkers in position to fire. Was only engaging with about half of his units at the same time, and all of the fire of these Terran bio units is coming down to bear, and it looks like Flashback is going to be completely destroyed.
Oh man, I think he had that game cold right there. That was a huge blunder by Flashback, essentially blocking himself for, you know, maybe the first 10 seconds of that engagement. Only the first row, the front line shock troops engaging right there. The troops in the back doing absolutely nothing. A bunch of stalkers running around all willy-nilly like, what the hell's going on up there? And their brethren were just getting slain by just a handful of Marines and Marauders. I mean, really, that was not a big army from the Terran right there. I know it looked like he won that battle very effectively and cleanly, but it was really up to Flashback to make a huge mistake right there, and he did.
Yeah.
And he lost so many units, and I believe he cut some probes for that. Yeah, not as many as I thought. The harvester count, not as big of a disparity as you would expect after losing a battle that big. So, you know, not the biggest deal in the world, but our Terran player does have Medivacs out. He does have that +1, and +1 armor is halfway done right now. We have no upgrades from our Protoss player and virtually no tech.
And that was really his opening right there. With that 6 gate, you've got to make that pressure work. And even if he had been able to just bust the front and do a little bit of economic damage, if he had been held off at that point, it still would have been a much bigger game than just kind of sitting there and getting repelled by that small count of Marauders that's at the front. He's now trying to put himself up another Nexus here at the 6 o'clock position. We have down at the bottom right-hand corner another command center coming up. So both players expanding to their thirds. I believe that, oh wow, actually our Terran player has gone way up in supply now, up by 12 at the moment, and he's going to continue and press this advantage. Oh, he's going to start making his way across the map. We do have Robo Bay technology coming up for Flashback at this moment, but with the timing on this attack, he is not going to have a Colossus ready in time. It is not going to be upgraded. He is not going to be prepared for that sort of a force. He really only has Zealots and Sentries at the moment. He can force field off that ramp and buffer a little bit of damage, but this force is going to be pretty devastating.
Yeah, and once again, he does have those stalkers in his main prepared for some type of drop. They are not at the front, just now coming to the front, preemptively force fielding. I don't know if that was the right idea right there. He could have possibly pinched off half of those troops, maybe picked some off, and that's really what he needed to make happen right now. He's not going to be able to force field those Terran troops out forever, so he really needs to be patient right now, wait for the Terran player to make a move, and then try and cut some of those units off. honestly dropping a Guardian Shield before the fight even goes down. Very hesitant right now. Oh man.
Wow.
So Flashback does not want to fight right now. He does not want to engage, and it looks like Forever is going to ferry some troops up into the natural right now. I like this play from him. It's going to make him, he's got a great surface area right now, and our Protoss player is coming in, but he's only on the high ground. The Terran is just getting so much damage done from the low ground right now. Flashback can't attack him. I don't know what he's thinking right now.
No, and the thing is that he's right-clicking his units forward and positioning them back and just giving his Terran opponent free kills right now. These Stalkers just aren't all engaging. They're just pulling back and being destroyed under the relentless fire of these Marauders. The Marauders are going to tear through this entire force. This is everything gone for Flashback. There's the good game. Good luck in the tourney. And Forever does advance, and he does qualify for IPL Season 2. So congratulations to Forever.
Yeah, great work. Flashback being very respectful. GGGL. I always love it when I see stuff like that. I try and always congratulate my opponents as well. Not everybody in the community is so nice, but you have to appreciate it when you do see it. It's never fun to lose, especially when you're one step away from qualifying into the IPL.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, that does wrap up that set of matches. Just want to let you guys know that if you've enjoyed our commentary and you want to know when Paynews and I are going to be commentating, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Cat's Pajamas SC2.
And feel free to follow me at PainUser on Twitter.
All right, guys, so that does wrap up this match here. We're going to be heading into other ones, so stay tuned, and we will catch you guys next time.
Yep, adios.